Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is one of my favorite videos that I love to film all the time and update you guys about my morning and nighttime skincare routine. I know that since the past like one or two updates that I've done, I kind of combine the morning and nighttime skincare routine in one, because earlier I used to like switch up products constantly based on how my skin was doing. But touch wood, these days my skin has been behaving a little bit, like especially right now, again touch wood, but my skin is pretty clear. I know it looks very clear on camera, but it's also very clear in person when I look at it in the mirror, which was making me very happy. And again, touch wood, touch wood, touch wood, this doesn't change, especially because I haven't gotten my period this month. So I am fingers crossed it doesn't happen, but I'm gonna probably break out during my period. But for now, the skin is doing very well. And since the past a month, 1.5 months, 2 months, I don't know when I did the last update, but since then this is the morning skincare routine that I've been following, and these are all the products that I've been using. And I just remembered this basket that I have right here doesn't have one product, so I'm going to quickly go and grab it and then we'll continue. Okay, so the product was actually in the basket itself, but I just couldn't see it. But anyways, let's stop rambling and let's actually get started and talk about all the products right here, which are a part of my morning and nighttime skincare routine. I'm very happy to tell you that I've really been able to like streamline and really cut down and have only like so many products. Earlier I had like a bigger basket and there was a huge selection of products, but now I've just streamlined and cut it down to only these many products, which I'm very proud and happy about. So I'm going to post just a little bit, but yeah, anyways, let's get started with the morning skincare routine first. So obviously I cleanse with any face wash that I have lying around that is in my shower, but then when I come out, I've actually started skipping the toner step and directly moving on a serum, because yes, my face is pretty damp when I am just stepping out of the shower and doing my skincare. And because I'm going to be using a niacinamide serum, a lot of times niacinamide serums can kind of like foam up, pill up on the skin if you have like a toner underneath, so it's just easier to skip toner, specifically when you're using a niacinamide serum, if you are using a niacinamide serum. And the one that I've been using is the Dr. Sheth's Centella and niacinamide serum. This is 10% niacinamide, 1% zinc PCA and 0.1% sodium hyaluronate, which is a form of hyaluronic acid. But yes, this is the serum that I've been using, and I will say that I like it. I know I haven't reviewed it on my channel yet, so let me just give you a mini review and tell you that it's a really nice serum. I feel like it does help with the sebum control. Like my nose area, my pore area looks very nice thanks to this product. But I will say that I have used better niacinamide serums, like the minimalist ones I really enjoy. With that, I feel like I instantly notice a difference just after using it for a couple of days. When I say instantly, I mean a couple of days. Whereas with this one, I've spoken about the controversy, I've spoken about my thoughts on Dr. Sheth's, about how when they introduced this line I was very excited, but then when I started noticing the issues that they have with certain batches and certain products, and people complaining multiple times with different products that they're noticing issues and the brand is not addressing it as well as they should, that gets me kind of disappointed in general when it comes to this. Like if I see myself repurchasing this, I'll always have to be worried if or not I'm gonna have an issue with this. And like maybe like this bottle is perfectly fine, but the next bottle that I get may or may not have an issue. I don't know. I'm just kind of scared as a consumer to be spending my money on something and then getting a bad product and then the brand not responding well. So for that reason, I think I'm just going to use up this bottle, and thankfully again I got a good one, but I don't want to depend in the future on the probability of getting a good one or maybe not getting a good one. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this overall. But it's a great product. It's a great product in general. Would I recommend it? Yes, but I will tell you that you need to obviously be aware about the problems that this might potentially have, and maybe you might get a good one, maybe you might get a bad one, we don't know. So yeah, that was that. Moving on next to my moisturizer. This is again a vitamin C moisturizer. I've really been trying to cut down and use active based moisturizers, because that way I'm able to cut down steps, and this one is a really good active based moisturizer that I really enjoy. I spoke about this in my last morning and nighttime skincare routine update video as well, so I'm not going to go too much in detail on this one. But it's the Swiss Skincare Manuka Honey Glow Boosting Moisturizer with stabilized vitamin C, And yeah, I've used, I would say, a good amount. I feel like you're not able to really tell, but I've used like 30% of this one, I want to say. I don't know how well you can tell, but like yahan tak it's empty, so that's around 30%, which is pretty good. Again, this is double, actually more than double the size of your regular moisturizers. This comes with 115 grams instead of your typical 50 grams moisturizer, so it's more than double, which is why it's going to take a while to use this up. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it. I have my niacinamide and vitamin C combo in the morning, which I really love and enjoy. And then I go in with my sunscreen, which is my favorite as well. This is the Tricone SPF 60 sunscreen. Now, I was using a couple of different sunscreens and I was really trying and testing out different ones. I used the Recoil tinted sunscreen, their sheer zinc or something, like the only mineral sunscreen that they have, the one with zinc, that's also tinted. I was using that. I tried out the UV Doc sunscreen as well, but I haven't like dedicated myself to using any one of those sunscreens up till now. I feel like the Recoil one I did use for a good amount of time, but that's not a sunscreen that I feel like will ever become a part of my like regular everyday routine, mainly because that sunscreen is really a freaking pain in the ass to take off. And when I started using it, I did not know that, and after a couple of days I noticed it, because I was not removing the sunscreen as well as I should. Like even double cleansing is sometimes not enough with that particular sunscreen. I had to in fact like triple cleanse, or like cleanse 3 to 4 times to make sure that literally everything is coming off. And on an everyday basis, double cleansing in itself is something that I've gotten used to, so I'm like, okay, theek hai, double cleansing is still 2 steps, but I'm fine with it. But triple cleansing or cleansing 4 times at the end of the day when you're so freaking tired is hard, and that's something that I don't want to do every single day. So that's the reason I don't use the Recoil tinted sunscreen every day. But I feel like use it on days where again I want some coverage, I want my skin to be really even toned, and I don't want to wear makeup, I just want my sunscreen to do it all. Those are the days that I will use the Recoil tinted sunscreen. So I've used it enough, but it's not a part of my everyday like routine in general. So yeah, this is my everyday sunscreen, and again you can see I've used like a good amount. This is how much I have left. And then another sunscreen that I'm also trying to use up, there's not much left in here. Again, you've seen me use this a couple of times, like you've seen this in a couple of videos, I would say rather. This is the Blossom Culture Aroma Magic Aloe Vera Sunscreen Gel SPF 20. Now this is a nice silicone sunscreen, but it's an SPF 20, so it's more of like a running around errand kind of sunscreen, not something that I would recommend if you're going to be out in the sun all day. I am not in the sun all day because I'm just traveling to and from work, and that's the only time. Actually, in the morning when I'm going to work is the only time I'm being exposed to the sun, because even in my office there are obviously windows and stuff and light penetrates inside, but I don't I'm not very close to the windows, and sometimes when you just want to like concentrate on work, I kind of isolate myself in like these small cabins that we have inside our house, and those are like dark and light really doesn't come inside. So for that reason I don't mind wearing this on my days when I'm going to work or stuff like that, because yeah, I don't feel like I'm that exposed to the UV rays. And the main reason that I've been using it these days is because I bought this specifically for like days when I'm running errands, but I don't know how often I'm going to experience those days anymore. So might as well, instead of just having this in my collection sitting, you know, somewhere in the back of my cupboard, might as well just use it up. And you know, if I ever have the rare occasion 3 to 4 times in a month where I'm just going to be running errands, for those days I can just use any of my, you know, regular sunscreens. I don't need to particularly go for the running around errand kind of a sunscreen. So this one I'm just going to use up because I don't want it to like expire and then be left with like a lot of product. Like this is a big tube, you know what I mean? So that's kind of my mentality, is like I don't want to hoard and save up like occasion specific products कि हाँ ये special occasion जब आएगा तभी मैं use करूँगी, तब तक मैं नहीं use करूँगी. मैं इसको use करके ख़त्म करना चाहती हूँ only because I don't know कि उसके पहले expire हो जाए फिर waste हो जाए. So yeah, I don't know why I suddenly like started talking in Hindi in the middle, but I hope some of you enjoyed it, because some of you do ask me to talk in Hindi as well in my videos, and I'm always talking in English. But yeah, anyways, those are all the steps that I do in my morning skincare routine. Again, I have some other things here, like I have my lens solution, which is literally the first thing that I use when I come out of the shower, because I have to put my lenses in before I do my skincare. So yeah, this is my lens solution. And then we also have a hair serum in here. This is the The Beauty Co. Argan and Baobab oil, I don't know how you say that, hair serum. But yeah, I've been trying to find a good hair serum, so I've just been buying a bunch of like random things that I find on Nykaa. This was one of them, so I was just like, you know what, let's get this. And again, you can see I have like recently started using this. I also hauled it a while back. I don't know if the haul video is up by now or not, but yeah, it was a Nykaa haul which I did film. So I've done a Nykaa haul after a long time, and I filmed it, and you will either have already seen it or it'll be up soon, so you can go ahead and watch it. But yeah, this hair serum as well is what I have, and these are generally the products that I will use in the mornings. Then when it comes to my nighttime skincare routine, I have 3 products that I'm using. So again, I will double cleanse with my cleansing balm, which was the Earth Rhythm matcha cleansing balm, but I did use it up recently, and now I've been using the Plum E-Luminance cleansing balm. So yeah, that's the one that I'm using right now. And then I will use the Body Shop Tea Tree facial wash. That is my second cleanse face wash. So once I'm done with my double cleanse, I will come out of the shower and do the rest of my nighttime skincare routine, like the leave on products. And for the leave on products, the first product that I use is the Pixi Clarity Tonic. This one has glycolic acid, salicylic acid, and does it have lactic acid also? I don't see lactic acid, but I see like magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, I see willow bark extract, I see salicylic acid, I see licorice root extract, sodium hyaluronate, glycolic acid, sodium PCA, lactobacillus ferment filtrate. So basically a lot of good ingredients in here. This is like an all-in-one product. The Glow Tonic, which is only glycolic acid, this is like a more advanced, I feel like 2021 version of that, but because yeah, that's been in the market for a long time and it's like a cult favorite product. But I feel like this needs to come to the Indian market, and we need to see more people talking about this, because I feel like this is like, again, a new and improved version, in the sense that this will do more for you than the Glow Tonic will, because this has a lot of more ingredients as well. So yeah, that's what I've been using recently. I really like it. If you have breakouts going on, I feel like you will like it. If you also want like a maintenance kind of product, I feel like this is great for that as well. So I've just been using this as my first step on like a cotton pad when I step out of the shower. And then I also have this Tricone Radiant Skin Serum Anti-Acne Glow. So this one is anti-acne and glow, sorry. And this one is a very gentle chemical exfoliator. So I don't feel bad using 2 chemical exfoliating products in my routine. But sometimes it can be a little too much, I have to mention, because this one is pretty potent on its own as well. So when you're adding in a gentle product, on certain days I might like the combination, on other days I might feel like it's a little too much. So it might like tingle just a little bit, and that's when I know ki arey shit, aaj zyada ho gaya, aaj nahi karna chahiye tha. So then maybe the next day I'll just take a break, and when I say a break, I mean I'll just use one of these and I won't use the 2 together. So this is more of like a, you know, every day it changes. I'll either use one or the other or both together depending on how my skin is feeling. But these are my chemical exfoliating treatment products that I use at night. Again, this one I'm just trying to use up because I did buy it to like retest it out after like 2 or 3 years to see if it still stands and it still holds, like it plays a role in my routine or not, and if it's still effective or not. And I will say that I've kind of outgrown the phase of using something like this, but if you're a beginner, you will absolutely love it. So yeah, that was that. Moving on, next, you'll be very surprised to see the moisturizer of choice that I have for my nighttime skincare routine, because it's a gel based moisturizer instead of using a cream moisturizer, because this one kind of has a more I would not call it oily, but it's like a more thicker serum. It's like a clear liquid, but it's a thicker serum, and for that reason I feel like if I'm using a cream based moisturizer, it might pill up, it might take a while to get absorbed into the skin, which is why I've been using a gel based moisturizer. And the gel based moisturizer of choice is the Lakme Peach Milk Ultra Light Gel 24 Hours Moisture Lock. This is what it looks like. I have the smaller size, and you can see how well loved this product is. Like, I literally did not think that I would love this so much and use it so frequently. I would say that the scent is a little too intense. I'm not a fan of that. And if you know that I've kind of like steered clear from products with fragrance in them, this is just something that I was trying to replicate, because the Pond's super light gel, the blue gel moisturizer that is like super famous and absolutely amazing, is not cruelty free. So I was trying to find a cruelty free option for that, and obviously Lakme is cruelty free because it's an Indian brand. Really happy about that. But this one also has a very intense smell, and once you're used to using fragrance free products, a lot of times certain fragrance products can be a little too much for you. So this is a little too much, but I feel like I've kind of gotten used to it, and when you open it and when you're applying it, the scent is a little too much. But once the moisturizer is absorbed into your skin, the scent kind of goes away, I will say that. So eventually you kind of get used to it. If this was something that was like super perfumed and I could always smell this all the time, I don't think I would be okay with that. But yeah, thankfully this does not have a very strong scent. So yeah, those are all the products. I know that you're typically used to seeing me talking about way more products, but this time I've just really streamlined, and like I've just been using a certain set of products mainly because I want to use up all of these things and then move on to a newer set. I don't want to have a bunch of products open. So yeah, you can see that like this is going to get over very soon, so it's going to be replaced. This is also going to get over soon. I have, how much do I have left? I have like, I want to say 30 to 40% left in this bottle, and then these two sunscreens are going to be gone very, very soon. Hopefully this serum is also going to be over very, very soon. So yeah, once like a lot of these products are going to be switched out of the routine, and once I introduce new products, I will again use them for, you know, a month, possibly a little bit more than a month, and really test them out before I do an updated video and, you know, share my, at that time it would like be my current selection. So yeah, I will do that in probably the next 1.5 to 2 months. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye.